I think there's right. We'll talk about no coincidences. I think there's not a coincidence that Jesus rises from the dead, and there happens to be this, in essence, 40-year period from his resurrection to the destruction of the temple, a 40-year period, right? Well, we think of 40 years, we think of the wilderness. So you're seeing this kind of transition, a leaving an old land, coming into a new land kind of thing. And so I think you're seeing a transition of God's people where they were still gathering at the temple on the Sabbath, but you do see this both happening thing where it's, sorry.
Yeah.
Or they were using it to essentially separate themselves from.
I don't think they were doing it on purpose. I think theologically, I think they were doing both. I think they were gathering on the Sabbath and they were already gathering on Sunday because Jesus rose from the dead on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And if Jesus, with his resurrection, inaugurate a new creation, right? If there's a new creation, new Sabbath, right? Just with the first creation, there was a Sabbath. Now there's a new creation, new Sabbath. And I think that Sabbath is on the Sunday. And so you see the phrase, the Lord's Day used in Acts, and then you see it used in Revelation. And the funny thing is the Greek rendering of it, we change it in our Bibles and when we translate it to English, but based off, because the church was using the Septuagint at the time.
Right.
And so the Greek translation of the Old Testament, the day of the Lord's Day that's used in the New Testament, the Greek phrase, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's the exact same thing throughout all the prophets, the day of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same rendering. So technically, Sunday can be referred to as the day of the Lord, which now theologically has huge implications when you think about all the days of the Lord happening in the Old Testament, right? Talk about how apocalyptic it sounds, like the moon melting, the sun, the mountains being scorched, yada, yada. All of that cool apocalyptic language happens every single Sunday.